Be the change. Be the change. Welcome. My name is Bibi. I am a self help junkie. I love doing work, inner work. I love diving deep within. I love it because I've seen the results of it. And so this whole channel is dedicated to bettering your life, increasing your life quality, being stronger within yourself, having more confidence within yourself. So when you go out and do the things that you want to do in your life, you have the confidence to show up and show out, or whatever it's called. And you have the confidence to sign up for the things that you did want to do, those things that you had thought about. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then you put it on hold somewhere. And this is your encouragement to pull those things back up, make life more interesting, be more adventurous. Someone just said the other day, they said, do more main character stuff. You are the main character in your life. Go and do some main character stuff, something that you can remember, something that you will be proud of, something that is not something that you do every day or always have done and that you feel comfortable with. Out of your comfort zone, which is scary, I know that. And it kind of sucks for a long time, sometimes, depending on how long it takes before you find comfort in the things that you are doing. But eventually it'll pay off. Eventually it'll change who you are and how you approach your life, how you show up for yourself. And when you show up for yourself, you are going to also set boundaries so you can get rid of the toxic people that you don't need to have around you in your life, pulling you down. And you're going to set the boundaries. You're going to show up for yourself, and you're going to pick people who respect your time, who respect who you are, and who respect what you're doing. And it's when they leave, you don't have to smudge everything and cleanse it. Oh my gosh, now I'm feeling all drained. I need a nap. No, you feel energized and like, wow, that was beautiful. Maybe now I'll go create something. Those are the kind of energies that you want to be surrounded by. Because you deserve it. Because life is more fun then. And there is enough stress on life anyway. It's challenging to be a person on planet Earth. Elemental empath. Let's see what kind of message is coming through here today. So let's see. What message is wanting to come out here for us today? True self. Perfect. Of course. Of course. We're talking about the great divine. We're talking about the Father God. We're talking about the universe. We're talking about the everything we're talking about. So of course it's going to be perfect. True self, that's what's showing up, being authentic to true self, like the true self. And then I want you to think about a little bit, think about how you would explain your true self. What kind of words would you use? Is it the roles that you have played in your life? Is that your true self? Or is that the roles that you have been trained to play? And there's nothing wrong with this is just like, okay, let me sort this out. And this is just a sorting thing, and you can keep both. So you don't have to worry or be scared or be frightened to look at these things. Because we all have roles, and that's a good thing. Then we can interact with each other in society without it being too crazy. But sometimes we forget that we are more than that. And so this is your reminder for that soul, the true self, your soul, the true self that is behind or like beyond the shield, which is the roles that we play, the things that we say, the things that we do that is accepted, the things that we do not to be judged, or how we act to be included, and all that stuff. Like that is maybe not who we truly are, but we do it anyway for other reasons, which is okay. But now we're going to get to know ourselves. So you can make choices. If that's what you want to do, then you can keep doing that. But you have more awareness. So now you're going to do it more confidently. You're going to show up better for yourself. Or it can mean that you want to change a few things in your life that might not be quite in alignment with who you are at this time in your life. And this is all about connecting to your soul. Heed the inner guidance. Like that is the only guidance that you can get these days. Like, and I'm not kidding. Like there is so much made up stuff. There's just so many people who have so many opinions and always have the rights and always have this and that, and this is the right way to do it, and I know this for sure, so you gotta listen to me. And there's so many things, and it's like, oh my gosh, like it's really confusing to be here on planet Earth. There's everybody wants your attention. And so your inner guidance, like I cannot mess with your inner guidance. Other people cannot manipulate your inner guidance. Other people can't influence your inner guidance, because your inner guidance is based on who you truly are and what is truly best for you. And you are the only one who will know that. I can guess just from how I know you. I can guess from the things you have told me. I can guess from the way that you live your life. I can guess from your experience from childhood, what happened to you in your life. From those things, I can guess. I can make a pretty good guess on people because I've done so much work on myself. So I could guess pretty closely maybe to what would be good for you to know, but I couldn't know that for sure. Even though I've gone through all these changes myself, I wouldn't be able to say that this is right for you to do. And I wouldn't do it either. Like, that's none of my business, because the world is full of different things that we can turn our attention to, that we can spend our energy doing and all that stuff. And only you would know what would really fulfill your needs and fulfill your purpose here on this planet. So to listen to that, finding your true self and daring, be brave enough to be like, well, everybody else says that. That's okay. I respect that. And I think this. And then you just do what you do. Do what you do. And then there you are. There you are. It's all right. Purify energy. Purifying energy. Sometimes we need to do that. Like certain people, yeah, you got to smudge it. Or maybe you should smudge the people before they come in, but then they might not want to come in. But the true self is the authentic self. The true self is joy, is peace, is calm, centered, content, adventurous, excited. Those are the things of God. Like those are the things of God. That is what you are. All the other things, if you think about it in religious terms, like, which I don't agree with it, but energy wise and explaining wise, it's easier. God and the devil. Okay, God is love. Then all the worries. Who is that? All the judgments. Who is that? All the complaining. Oh, who is that again? Oh, all the fear. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Who is that again? And the love. Oh, yeah, that's over there. Yeah, yeah. Gratitude. Oh, yeah, over there. Yeah. Peace. That's over there too. How about joy? Oh, yeah, that's going to be over there too. And what does the world look like? What are we doing every day? We are walking with the darkness because we're full of fear. There's so many things to be fearful of. And don't fool yourself. Powers to be have major, big wins. When you and I are fearful, when you and I are scared to death, we don't want to do this. We're rolling in, we're caving in a little bit. We don't want to breach out there too much because it's kind of a frightening world and a scary world out there. And the powers to be, believe me, they have so many benefits from us being fearful. And being if you're a leader and you're not particularly charming, good leader with good intentions, you are going to try to win people over with fear. And you're going to direct people based on the fear. It's easier if all the people over there are fearful and you have like a slight little, I have a little tiny beacon of hope here that of course it's just a lie, but I'm a politician. So what am I going to be elected from? Okay, so you're fearful over there. I have this little thing that I'm going to promise you all over here. And then it's like, oh my gosh, there's a promise over there. It's $10. It's free. Okay, let's go. And then everybody goes, because instead of being fearful, now at least you have a little piece of hope. And that's the leadership. That's like the structure that we're being led under. And it sucks. Like, it sucks. And they don't want you to be your true self. They don't want you to be authentic. They don't want you to know your inner guidance system, because they cannot control that. That is not based on fear. And these people only know how to do that on fear. Finding your true self is going to liberate you from the matrix, from everything. And it's the only way that you can find a good way to live your life, to spend your time here on planet Earth. Finding your true self. And it's the most beautiful thing. And the reason why so many people don't do it, because it's scary. Oh, it's scary. Oh, yeah, I close my eyes and I can, all the jealousy and all the anger and the envy and the resentments and the bitterness, all of that is in my bag over here. When I close my eyes, I can feel all of it. And that's like being in hell. And that's right, that's hell. And it's like, okay, what do you do with that? Well, you just pack it out. One thing at a time. You look at it, you feel it, you release it. The more you see it, if you're aware of it, it cannot hide in the background and shut off and bite in your life. No, if it's back there and you look at it, now you're aware of it. That's the key. Put your attention to it. Be aware of it. Just sit with it for a little bit. It's okay. Everybody has those feelings. There's nothing wrong with it. The more you try to pretend that you don't have it, that's when it becomes a problem. If you acknowledge it and you be like, okay, yeah, sure, and then you just accept it, it's not a problem. And then you can go back into your true self, back into being who you truly are, and finding all those good things that life is so beautiful with. Reward and recognition. And I can assure you, if you put some effort into doing this work, this is my like life passion right here. If you put some time and energy, effort into doing this work on yourself, getting to know yourself, you are going to get all the rewards. Like, I want you to have all the rewards because it feels so much better to live life from a point of peace and joy and gratitude. And it's just easier not being chewed up in my own head all the time, quieting the mind, able to just breathe for a little bit and just be. It's wonderful. Life all of a sudden is wonderful. Reward and recognition. Congratulations, your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. All the work that you put in on finding your true self is going to take you in your purpose direction, your dream direction, wherever it is that you have everything that you want in your life direction. Yeah. Acknowledge your efforts and your own power, because you have the power in your life. You have the power to do whatever you want to with your life. You can sit there and do absolutely nothing for your whole duration here on planet Earth, and there's nothing wrong with that too. Yeah, sure, people are going to judge you, but I mean, it's your life. You can do whatever you want to do. Pause. A much needed timeout is in order. Timeout when things like, especially in this day and age, like people have 3 jobs. They go from like one crazy job, overnight shift, to 2 hours sleep, and then they go on another job and they do that like over and over again. And it's like, wow, crazy. A lot of people are very, very, very exhausted. Great workers putting in all the effort, doing such a marvelous job, and also needing a pause. A much needed timeout is in order. You have worked hard and dedicated a lot of your time and energy. Take a break and reflect on all of your accomplishments. You deserve that. You deserve it. And so reward and recognition, think about it. If you come from like anxiety or fear and you have built yourself up, now you're feeling a little bit more calm, you're feeling a little bit more centered. Maybe you used to be out of work, now you have a job. Wow, you're starting to take care of yourself. You understand you have to take care of your basics. You have to have food, shelter, water, all that stuff. You got to have it. So you got to do what you got to do to have it. Clothes on your back. And once you have these things settled, now you can start to focus on, maybe you have a talent that you want to explore. Maybe you have something that you always wanted to take a course and learn about, maybe another language, or maybe you wanted to do something creative, or maybe you wanted to build something, or maybe you wanted to, there's so many things that you could do. And so forgiveness. Also, forgive. I mean, forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for ourselves. It can also be for other people. If they come and they done something and they ask you for your forgiveness, and then you can consider if that is something that you want to do. And then it can take a sour apple, something that is eating up at you, and you can release it. You can toss it. Now it's not a part of your life anymore in the same way, because it kind of evened out the energy. Forgiveness is like, instead of running around and hating and being angry and bitter and resentful for all the things that I've experienced in my life, I forgive it. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at it as lessons. Like, these are lessons. This was my soul's journey. These were the things that I had to experience in order for my soul to grow into who I am today, or for me to be able to find my true self. I had to learn a lot of things. If you're just sitting there comfortable with all the roles and the parts that you play in life, you're not going to do any changes. You're not going to make any changes. You're not going to go in your soul's purpose. You're not going to go in that direction, because it's hard work and it's difficult. But if life comes in and they're like, I like you, but you're not being quite your true self anymore. I'm going to throw some things in here. God is like throwing some things in your way, some situations, some people that come in maybe over and over again that you can learn from. And now you're developing yourself. You're coming closer and closer to your true self. Forgiveness for the heart. I forgive. I forgive myself for my imperfection. Do my best and find contentment with that. Affirmation. I am good enough. Okay, repeat after me. I am good enough. Good. Yes, I am good enough. I recognize my hurts and nurture my inner child with all that she needs. I forgive others for their preconceptions, judgments, and behaviors, trusting that we are all doing our best with our current level of awareness and patterning. Current level of awareness and patterning. Being conscious. So many unconscious people out there. And they are not even aware of what they're doing. They're just acting automatically. They're like automatic people, unconscious and automatic, just acting out of old habits. True self, grief, forgiveness, grief. Maybe you lost someone dear to you, something dear to you. Grief, like maybe you had to do like me, like grieving over many, many years lost of your life that you will never get back, because grief, because hurts, because different things that life gives us, and then you kind of lose out on a lot of things that could be felt in your life. However, I would also say that the time that you spend with your difficulties, the time that you spend with your difficulties, the time that you spend with your grief, if you are willing to sit down with your grief and hold it, and hold yourself and be okay with it, it's okay. You know, there are so many people, they go and they have grief. So there's so much grief inside, and you're holding it, and you've been holding it for many, many, many years. Now you don't even realize, you don't even remember that it's the grief, because it's been there for so long, and now you've been so good at not taking it out. Because I know all the grief that, and I'm gonna give an example, like all the grief that I was carrying for so many years, I didn't want to cry, because I thought if I start crying, it'll never stop. And that was almost true. Because when I finally stopped medicating myself, and I finally stopped dulling everything down, and I was forced to, on my rock bottom, to face everything. And there I was. Okay, now I'm crying. I'm not kidding. I am crying for probably 8-9 months. It wasn't forever. It was a long time. It was probably like 8-9 months, maybe like 6 months to a year. I was crying all the time. I couldn't help it. I was just crying. There was just tears coming out of me, like tears and tears and tears and tears and tears. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had that many tears in me even. And then I just allowed it to come out and allowed it to come out. And then a little bit, like whenever you're done, this is why I'm telling the story, is because if you can dare to just take the time out to cry for however long you need to cry, then you will be able to get the grief off of your shoulders, and you don't have to carry it around with you anymore. You won't allow it to just hold you down anymore, because you're cleansing it and you're allowing it to come out in the way that it's been trying to come out of you for a long time, until you started medicating all of it. And now you can allow the grief to come out. There's nothing wrong with crying. Crying is good. It's cleansing. It's cleansing, renewing energy. It's like watering the plants and then they sprouts. Enlightenment through the grief. When you look at your life through comfort, you're not going to search anything because you're comfortable. When you're in grief, it's a bigger gift from the universe. It's a bigger gift from God for you to find your soul's purpose, for you to find your true self. Because grief, you allow it to come out of you. You allow yourself to get to know yourself with it. And after that, there's an enlightenment that happens. Now you're going to see things in a new way. It's like, after a cloud, there's always a silver lining. And then after you let go of these things, now you're going to open up so many new doors that you had no idea that you could open. So going through the grief, releasing it and letting it go is going to be taking you to your true self. So, and there will be rewards in your life in so many ways, and recognition. People are going to be like, hey, you look so different. What happened? What did you do? People are going to notice, and you're going to notice. You're going to show up differently. You're going to have more fun in your life. You're going to be more engaged in what you are doing. And then, so that's the reward. That's your carrot over there. If you can take a pause and allow the grief to come out and forgive yourself for not, forgive others, forgive yourself for everything that we wish that we were, that we aren't. We're just humans down here. And you're going to get enlightenment. You're going to be able to take your personal power back. You're going to be able to be bringing out your potential. You're going to be able to rise up in your true self and do what your life is calling you to do. Page of Pentacles. Maybe you want to learn something new. Death card. So a transformation. Learning about something. Maybe how to use your time in a better way. How to use your resources in a better way. How to know who to give to and who to not to give to. Because not everybody is worthy of the time and the effort and the energy. So learning about that and allowing this transformation to happen. Making the choice. Make the choice that, hey God, or however you pray, hey shoebox, or how, hey Allah, or hey, however you want to talk to the divine, your divine father, the creator, wherever you place your faith. Pray, what is the best choice for me to make? How can I find my way through this transformation? How can I release this grief? Ask the question, and the answer will come to you. And make the choice to put yourself first. When you make this choice to put yourself first, for your true self, for your purpose, and you make the choice to put yourself first, rewards are going to come in. This is when the rewards and the recognition is going to come in. So we have the 6 of Wands right here. He's on the horse. He's being celebrated. People are out there. Yeah. And this is you after you've done these transformations. So this is like perfect. I mean, true self. This is the carrot. And the carrot won't show up until down here. But if you take a pause and you go through the grief, you get your enlightenment. Now you're going to learn something new about transformation, making the choice about who are you going to choose? No, not the other one. No, don't choose that. Who are you going to choose? Yes, you're going to choose yourself, because you are going to have to show up for everything in your life. The more you choose yourself and take a pause and work on there, that's where the recognition is coming from. And the rewards and the celebrations, everything. 10 of Pentacles. And from doing this work, you're going to go from like being a youngster, or just starter out, or like a beginner. And you're going to go to the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is like overload of wealth and resources and everything that you need to feel like you are in a good place, that you have the time, the resources, the energy that you need to have a really, really fulfilled life. Like, this is 10 of Pentacles. This is like a lot. So whatever that looks like for you, that's what's going to be the reward. That is what's coming out in this message today. And I particularly asked for a message today. I prayed and I said, please, can you show a message to us today that would be something that could work for, like, that would be something that a lot of people, many people could recognize themselves in and work with. And this is, I just wanted to say thank you, because this is a beautiful message. It's a beautiful message about grief, forgiveness, enlightenment, going from doubting yourself, going from being insecure, confused, to finding clarity, to finding joy and peace and purpose in life, which is, yes, that's what it's about. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, the scripting process will help you be more specific about your desires. What is your 10 of Pentacles? What is the biggest thing? Like, what would it look like for you? It's going to be different for people. Like, what would like a lot look like for you if you were like, this is like, I am completely satisfied and I have more than I ever thought I would have? What would that look like for you? Write it out. Be specific about your desires. And with that greater clarity about exactly what you do desire, you're going to feel the power of the specific focus. The longer you concentrate on a subject and the more detail you give to it, the faster the energy moves. And with practice, you can actually feel the momentum of your desire. You can feel the universal force. Feeling is essential. And the grief is going to cover up all the other feelings. So this is why dumping the grief or going through the grief, letting it evaporate, crying it out, is going to open up for the enlightenment. Whoa, the joy can come through. And so you can feel the momentum of your desire. You can feel the universal forces converging. Often you will be able to know when you are on the brink of a breakthrough or a manifestation just by virtue of the way that you feel. And I'm not talking about the grief, I'm talking about the breakthrough, the enlightenment. Bringing that into your manifestations. Now your life is going to skyrocket and you're going to be a very happy camper here on planet Earth. And that's my wish for you. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, it loves, and it respects the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.